I entered a race and I tried to win. I actually tried to win. That's it, we are off.
This is the boring part of the run. I was at about 11 position for the first 4Ks. I took the wrong turn, got lost. We carry on.
So the philosophy of running is that you're never competing with anyone else. You're only competing with yourself or a previous version of you or you last week. At least that's the one that's been put in my head, but that's a philosophy that I have. So when I entered this race with the intention of trying to win, like I genuinely entered to try and win, something changed. And I want to just share my thoughts and my experiences about that. So let me say straight off the bat is that having a competitive mindset is not a bad thing. It is a really, really good thing. Here's why I think you should have a competitive spirit, even if you know you're not going to win. I entered a trail race a couple of days ago, and my intention was to get into the top 10 or maybe even the top 5 of that race. The last time I entered a trail race or ran a trail race, I'm generally in the bottom order. So for me to set this bold statement of finishing within the top order of the pack was a big goal and a big deal for me to actually make that statement. I made it publicly. I put it out on social media. I told people that this is my intention. So doing that put a lot of pressure on me, because on the day of the run I had to show up. I had to perform. And when it started off, it was okay. I was in the top pack, but then things started to go bad really, really quickly. So I thought wait, maybe I set this goal too big. Maybe this was just too bodacious of me, and I should really just set small stretch goals instead of these huge, massive goals. But here's the thing with setting that big goal. If I hadn't set any goal and just said, I'm going to just try and run my race and be okay, or I just want to enjoy myself or be better than I was the last time. See, the challenge with that is that wouldn't help me grow. I think as human beings, we need to set challenges for ourselves so that we can grow. And I hadn't been doing that in my recent runs. Of course, I have been setting sort of distance milestones, but this was an 18K trail run. If I had not set any sort of goal parameter for myself, what would the point of that be? Just to enjoy myself? For sure, but I've done that so many times. And so setting that big goal, I got so much more out of it. The actual end result, the actual goal that I did get was far greater than the one that I had initially planned. So number one is you got to set yourself big goals, beyond stretch goals, things that are just unimaginable, that you just think is impossible. Set yourself, say, goals, because you're going to end up in a position that's far better. I think had I set myself the normal goal, I would be maybe just ahead of where I normally finish. I finished 4th or 5th last. Maybe I would have finished 8th last or 10th last. But what actually happened is I moved up the ladder a hell of a lot, and I ended up in a pretty good place. So let me talk about the next thing of what I learned about setting this big goal and trying to win a race. The second realization that hit me in setting this big goal was that somebody else is putting in harder work than you are. And that's okay. I'm actually encouraged by that, because it just means that I have the capability to put in much more work than I actually think I am putting in. I mean, an example of that is in December, at just the close of 2024, I've just beaten a goal or a milestone of my own of running the most distance within a single month. And at that stage, it was 155 kilometers. I've since gone way over that distance. I think at 237 kilometers in a month. I'm putting in more work. If I had not set myself this big goal, I wouldn't have realized that there are these other people that are putting so much more work than I am, and that are just passing me with what seemed like a breeze. It generally just seemed it was a breeze for them, and they were passing me so easily, and I needed to put in more work. If I hadn't set this goal of trying to win this race, I probably would have been in the bracket of my comfort zone. So I'm playing small, and so stepping out and setting that bigger goal really allowed me to get better perspective and to see that, oh wait, now you're in a different league, you need to put in more work. I think the real lesson is that you are capable of so much more. Put more work in. other people are putting in more work than you. Don't get despondent if somebody overtakes you, because it means that you have more capacity to get out of yourself. The other lesson, and I think this is it's more specific to me, but vlogless. You know, Richard, I was on this run, and yet again, I got lost. Well, I didn't get lost. I missed the turnoff because I was busy with my phone and tried to vlog and share my journey as I do, and I missed the barrier and I ran right over it, and I got lost. So okay, that might not be sort of kind of a lesson for everybody, but in getting lost, in sort of missing this barrier, I had to turn back. One of the marshals was kind enough. He saw me, and luckily, and he sort of came after me and let me know, okay, hey, you got to come back. When I sort of got back onto the right track, there was just a sea of people ahead of me, and it felt impossible. I was like, there was no one in front of me just a little while ago, because I was still I was trailing behind the front pack, and now I got all these people in front of me who were like way behind me. That in a way gave me motivation. So the fact that people are ahead of you, like when you can see them, like that gave me real motivation. When I couldn't see the people ahead of me, like I kind of felt like alone. In fact, it felt like people were just catching up with me more than I was catching up with anyone else. So when that little mistake happened, I suddenly had new motivation. I had all these people I had to pass, and we were going uphill. It was on the steepest incline of that particular race, and so that did push me to run faster. So having people in front of you is not always a bad thing. It can be a really, really good thing, and it can motivate you to push a little more. In the end, I'm pretty happy with my result. Realistically, I did want to see where I positioned in terms of where I'd started my running journey just a year ago. I want to understand, am I really better? If I am, with the running philosophy of that you're only really competing with yourself, how am I better than I was previously? How am I better from the other runs that I did? And so with that result, I'm actually quite happy. Like overall, I finished 21st out of a pack of 41 people, so kind of halfway. Way further up than what I used to end up, which was kind of the bottom 5 or 4. And so for me, that's a great result. Also, my pace was really faster than I've ever run before. So all of these things, the motivation, the big goal, all of the things really helped me just realize that I actually can perform at a higher level if I give myself the right environment and opportunity. I want to encourage you, like wherever you are, if you've been running for a while and you've only ever done 5Ks, or if you've only ever done 10 or even 21Ks, take the bet on yourself. Just like bet on yourself and set yourself a huge goal. If you're around 21Ks, go run that marathon. If you've only ever run 5Ks, go run that 21K. Like set yourself these big goals to see, just to see how well or even how badly you did. So I want to encourage you to set big goals so you can challenge yourself to new heights. Adventure filmmaker, I focus on running, trying to encourage you that you can get out there and do something for you. You don't have to be the best, and you most certainly don't have to be good at it. Just to go out and enjoy yourself and try new things. It made the world of difference for me and in my life. I felt like I was stuck on the couch, and now I feel more alive than I've ever felt in my life. I'm 49 years old, on my road to 50, and I feel good. If you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed this message, won't you please give it a like, and it would mean the world to me. And it's free for you, like it's no charge at all. Like I promise you, I'm not going to charge you. That part's a little bit weird. If you'd like to see more of my videos, consider subscribing. I publish weekly, trying to create motivational videos for you and people like me to get out there and enjoy life and try new things. Alright, my name's Richard, and this has been Richard Talks.